We are following some breaking news. The attorney representing a person of interest in the murder of a Pitt student is speaking about the case and his client. Good afternoon. I'm Stacy Smith.
And I'm Christine Sorensen. Alina Chayette was found badly beaten on the second floor of her house in Oakland Sunday morning. Police believe she was murdered sometime late Saturday night or early Sunday. They now want to speak to Matthew Darby, her ex-boyfriend. Now, Chayette had applied for a protection from abuse order against Darby after she said he was abusive toward her. And we want to get right to a press conference for the attorney's statement that's going on right now with attorney David Schrager.
So, Mr. Schrager, you have a statement from the family that you want to start with?
I do. This is a statement that was drafted by Mr. and Mrs. Darby. They were not comfortable speaking on camera at this time, but they wanted to send a statement out to their son, Matthew. We have been looking for Matthew. We cannot find him. I cannot find him. His parents cannot find him. We don't know his whereabouts. We don't know what condition he's in. We don't know anything. This is a statement they drafted, and they're speaking to their son. Matthew, son, we have always handled things as a family. Together, we can get through anything. God is still God, and we stand on His word. We are pleading with you to contact your attorney. You told me just last Friday that you trusted David, and he would see you through these issues. He still will, but you have to call, text, or email him. We know you are scared and probably think things are stacked against you. Please trust us and know that doing the right thing is always best. Turn yourself in to David, and we will work through this as a family. Your mother and I love you with all of our hearts. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the victim and her family. I'm now going to speak to Matthew. Matthew, call me, text me, email me, please. You have not been charged with anything regarding this crime. We can work through this together. I can assure you will be treated fairly, and I can assist you. Please turn yourself in before this escalates. There is a warrant for your arrest for violation of the PFA. We can deal with that. We can also deal with these allegations. But if you don't turn yourself in, we cannot help you. Please turn yourself in, or call me, text me, email me. We will do whatever we can to assist you. Your family is behind you, and we will help you.
David, clearly the family and you sound very concerned for this young man. What do you think he's capable of doing?
For all I know, he could have been the victim of foul play himself. I have no idea where he is right now. He's completely disappeared. We cannot find him. Perhaps he's simply scared and knows that he may be a suspect in this matter. But at the same time, I have no idea. I need facts like everybody else. I haven't been given facts, but I know that there is an active warrant for him and that we have to clear it. I also know it is much safer for everyone involved if he were to turn himself in peaceably to me, and I will take him to the police station myself. If he is apprehended by the police, we never know how things can go. We've all seen these things turn bad. People are afraid, people are scared, emotions are high. I just want this to be handled professionally and in a disciplined manner, and I know that if he turns himself into me, he'll be treated fairly, and I can help him.
Do you know of anybody who's had contact with him since Sunday?
No, I do not. The entire family is beside themselves. They don't have any idea. That's why I read that statement. They were incapable of coming on camera. As you can imagine, they're deeply in shock, and these are good people, and they're struggling very hard, and that's why I read that statement on their behalf.
Have his parents been contacted by police, and have they cooperated to an extent?
They have not, but his parents are fully willing to cooperate with the police. I've reached out to the police. They are aware of the situation. We're ready to work through this, but we need Matthew to reach out to us if he's able. I don't know what condition Matthew's in. I don't know where he is.
What has he been able to tell you? Have you had any contact with him since the incident on the 20th in the apartment on Cable Place, as far as what occurred that night?
We didn't get that far into that case. I didn't obviously foresee this situation happening. I was working on some other matters, and that was something we were going to address. So we didn't get too deeply into that at that time, but we're in a whole other level of matter right now.
Were you the counsel with him on Friday when he was up in Indiana for the court hearing?
I was.
What was he like on Friday? Could you sense any sort of
Nothing.
Or anxiousness?
Nothing. We were in court. He showed up with his father. He was dressed in a suit and tie. We were there professionally. He was on time. He seemed normal to me. He just behaved as any other client I would have. He's a young man. He's a college student. You know, so he just behaved as any other young gentleman that I defend. He was composed. I didn't sense anything at all.
Was he served with the PFA from Alina on Friday?
One of the issues that I've had to deal with in this case is that I learned about that on Monday, yesterday. He never told his parents. He never told myself. So I only know what I can see in the computer. He did not tell either his family nor myself about that situation.
And so you are representing him in that case, in the harassment case. So you know him, you have had enough dealings with him where you feel like you know him maybe well or very well. Does he have anger issues? Is he
nothing that I saw.
A violent past, or it seems that there might be a pattern of behavior here?
Nothing that I saw. Obviously, people behave a certain way in a professional atmosphere, but I never sensed anything from him that made me feel that there was any mental health issues. I didn't notice any behaviors that would give me clues that he was going through something that could end badly. Nothing like that.
David, did he withdraw from school, or when did that happen when he left school?
I do believe he did.
Do you know when?
I don't remember that right now.
Did he ever talk to you about Alina, or did his parents talk to you about her, the relationship?
Briefly. We didn't get too in depth in it because those things aren't terribly relevant to me when I'm preparing for a preliminary hearing that's a matter that is, compared to some of the matters I deal with, relatively simply resolved.
But since then, based on everything happening now, what have the parents said to you about his relationship with Alina?
We didn't even get into that place yet. Right now, we're just trying to find him and get him in safely and peacefully.
Well, let's go back.
All right, and we've been listening to a live press conference on the murder of a University of Pittsburgh student. That was attorney David Schrager, who's representing Matthew Darby, the person of interest in the death of his girlfriend, Alina Shayette. Now, John Shumway is at that press conference. You probably heard him asking questions. He's going to have more details about the case in our afternoon newscast. The police are still looking for Darby. As Schrager said, anyone who sees him is urged to call police. Police believe he may be driving a 2013 black Chevrolet Cruze, like this vehicle here on the screen, with Pennsylvania license plate HBT 1677. And you can find updates on this story anytime at KDKA.com.